Are you able to see on some of the cameras this morning?
That's right, Raven. Some of the cameras actually not showing us much. This is the I-55 at Manchac Tower camera, and it's in and out because the sun still isn't up yet. But as you can see, when those cars start to drive through and give it a little bit of light, there's a lot of dense fog in that area. So please make sure that you are aware of that if you're driving across any of those major roadways and waterways, like here, looking at I-10 at Oak Harbor and Slidell. When you're approaching the bridge this morning, there's a lot of dense fog. So make sure we have those fog lights on, not our brights. Take your time. You want to give yourself plenty of extra time this morning. If you're going across the lake, all of your routes are free and clear. I-55, the Causeway Bridge, Highway 11, or the I-10 twin span, all getting the green light, whether you're going northbound or southbound this morning. Then looking down here at the NO Metro, looking at I-10 at Williams, it looks like that fog is improving there. It doesn't look as hazy as it did a while ago. And then I-6 at I-610 at Canal Boulevard. I don't see any congestion, no crashes. That's all really, really good news on such a foggy morning. Green lights for everybody that's hitting the road at 6:02 on the Monday before the Super Bowl, but who's counting? Looking at I-10 at Claiborne and the Claiborne flyover area, and as you can see, starting to get some heavy volume. I know that there's a lot of congestion in the downtown area, so I'll have more details coming up throughout the morning.
Sweet Brandi.
Amazing week in weather. I am looking forward to it, and it's right on time as we count down to Super Bowl 59. Super excited about it. I finally know LIX 59. I'm very excited. Looking at I-10 at the Claiborne flyover, as you can see, starting to see a lot of congestion, some slowing down there. You need to be leaving early. If you have to get into the downtown area, this is your first warning. It's 6:18, and I am starting to see some congestion around the Claiborne flyover area. If I were you, you know there's a lot of road closures. I would get on down there ASAP. Looking at I-10 at US 51 in Laplace and I-10 the approach to the high-rise bridge at Ogentilly Road. As you can see, free and clear. I'm not seeing any congestion or problem spots all across the NO Metro area from Laplace all the way to New Orleans East. And then I think it's so funny, my maps call it a sport event. I think that's great. Of course, the NFL experience is going to be happening in the convention center. So just make sure that you're aware there's going to be a lot of road closures, a lot of ramp closures. Make sure you know that all of the available information is ready on WDSU.com to keep you informed throughout the week as we count down to Super Bowl Sunday. Looking at the North Shore, I-12 at the I-55 interchange, I-12 west of Highway 11, seeing a lot of dense fog up on the North Shore, but you still have the green light from Hammond to Slidell across I-12 this morning. And then I wanted to show you, looking at the West Bank, they are seeing some fog in the area, no congestion, but those ferries still not in service this morning. So make sure that you're aware. But you do have the green light to go ahead and hit the road right now. That's going to start to change over the next few minutes. Looking at the spillway and looking at that sunrise. Can't wait till Sunday. I'll be back with much more on your commute after this.
All right, Brandi.
Not sure if the fog is causing issues, but we definitely are starting to see some heavier volume out there on the road. And of course, the fog is still there, so you want to make sure you're aware. Looking live right now at the I-10 Claiborne flyover area, and I'm starting to see a heavier volume. More cars are hitting the roadway. It's only 6:32, and remember, you want to pack your patience throughout the week. And I do have a disabled vehicle to report for you. This is blocking the left lane on I-610 westbound. This is the closest camera I have to it, and I don't see any impacts. It is still pretty early, so hopefully we get this cleared out of here before even more cars hit the roadway for the rest of that busy Monday morning commute. Looking at the NO Metro, this is I-610 at Williams, and as you can see that sea of red lights, it is starting to get some heavy congestion in that area. Looking at I-610 at Canal Boulevard, like I just showed you, I'm not seeing any delays from that left lane being blocked by a stalled vehicle, but I'll keep an eye out on it. If you're going across the lake, northbound and southbound, I-55, the Causeway Bridge, Highway 11, or the I-10 twin span, all getting the green light this morning. And then looking up at I-10 in Slidell at Oak Harbor, where we've been watching a lot of dense fog in that area. It is still very, very foggy, even as the sun rises this morning. So please make sure you're giving yourself plenty of extra time so that we don't have any bad things to report this morning. Drive times are starting to get bumped up. The closer we get to 7 o'clock, y'all know that each and every day. And then looking at the high rise, again, still seeing fog and heavier volume now. So make sure you are prepared for that. I'll be back in a few minutes with much more.
All right, Brandi, thank you so much.
I think we're getting there. So small chances as we go throughout the rest of the week. But Brandi, you got some activity behind you.
Yes, I do have some activities. It's 6:49, so make sure you're paying attention. I've got a couple of crashes to report. But this first accident is reported on North Claiborne Avenue heading eastbound near North Robertson Street crossing. I think this is unfortunate because, as we all know, I've been telling you the Florida Avenue Bridge is closed. So this is one of those alternate routes. So I'm not seeing any congestion right now. Hopefully we get it cleared out of here before we start to see a whole lot of cars hit the roadway this morning. Then I do have this other crash that I've been telling you about. It's actually a disabled vehicle blocking the left lane on I-610 westbound. This is the closest camera camera I have to it, but I am seeing that it is causing some congestion. So make sure you're aware if you're on 610 westbound, take an alternate route or just give yourself plenty of extra time. Now we are approaching 7 o'clock, so I'm starting to see a large volume of cars over in Kenner. This is I-10 at Williams Boulevard. I-610, as you can see, is free and clear. But we're also starting to see some problem spots over on the spillway. I'm going to show you that in a second. Looking at the high-rise bridge, also starting to see some congestion that is now past Crowder. Those delays there. Drive times being bumped up for everybody on this Monday morning before the Super Bowl. And like I told you, I am seeing some delays at I-10, the Body Carry Spillway near the I-55 interchange. So I'll have much more information before we get out of this show in the next few minutes before 7 o'clock.
Brady?
Thanks so much, Raven, and happy Monday to everybody out there. I've got a lot to report for you. First, I'm looking at the Bonnie Carey Spillway. This is at I-10 mile marker 210, right when you're approaching that I-55 merger. And as you can see, there's some congestion and delays as a result of what's happening there. Just a lot of folks on the road. Then I have some crashes to report. First, an accident is reported on North Claiborne Avenue, heading eastbound near North Robertson Street crossing. I don't see any congestion or delays from it, but you definitely want to be aware. Then I have another crash or disabled vehicle on I-610 blocking the left lane westbound. So make sure you know drive times are being bumped way up, and I'll have much more throughout the morning.